And for a closer look at the terrible fire toll in the northern part of the state, Sheriff Corey Honey of Butte County joins us by phone. Sheriff Honey, so many people displaced, all the death there. What is your main task now?
Well, from a law enforcement perspective and from a coroner's perspective, because I'm also the county coroner, we are first preparing ourselves in the event that we need to evacuate additional areas. This fire is still going on. So we have law enforcement officers here that would help with that. Once the area is evacuated, of course, then we have law enforcement officers who will remain there to provide security, prevent, hopefully, anybody from getting in there and engaging in looting. And then on the other side of that, many people have been displaced. We are receiving a lot of reports from people that cannot find friends or loved ones, and so we're investigating those as missing persons. That's a pretty daunting task, given how big this particular situation is. And in addition to that, we are in the process of going into the burned out areas and recovering human remains that perished in the fire.
And the process of identifying those remains, how are you dealing with that?
So that is a difficult process, made more difficult by the fact that many of these people succumbed to the fire. In some cases, we have badly burned bodies. In those cases, if there are fingerprints still available, we might use fingerprints to identify them. We can also use dental records. If that's not possible, we would look to use DNA. In other cases, the fire was so intense that all we have is skeletal remains or bones. And then we also believe that there's a high likelihood that some of the remains may have been completely consumed by the fire.
It's just almost impossible to imagine how horrible. How are you going about trying to reunite people with their loved ones?
So we've got people dispersed all over. And of course, we have a good number of them in shelters. But beyond that, there were a lot of people that didn't go to shelters, and they either went with friends and family, or some got hotels in other locations. And so it has been a difficult task. We are working to try to do that. We're asking people if they're missing a friend or family member to contact our office, and we'll provide some numbers so you can perhaps put that up. We ask that they contact us, and then we're checking our system to see if we can locate them. We're checking with the local shelters, trying to get information from the local shelters. And we're also asking those who report them to utilize their own networks to try to locate them. If they do, let us know.
Are there any good stories you're able to find? Are you able to reunite people?
We are. And although I don't have that specific number in front of me, but we have been able to find people and make sure that they were accounted for and reunite them. And that is a really positive thing.
And do you have enough help? Do you have enough in your office and adjacent sheriff's offices to do the work that you need to get done?
Well, certainly my office is not big enough to take on. This is a monumental task. I mean, it's unprecedented given what we're dealing with. I think at this point we're on pace to be the deadliest fire in the history of California. So I've reached out through the California Law Enforcement Mutual Aid System, and as a result of that, I have law enforcement officers, search and rescue members, coroners teams, a whole host of specialties and disciplines that have come from throughout California to assist me.
Sheriff Corey Honey dealing with what just sounds like an almost insurmountable job, but we certainly hope you're getting the help you need, and we wish you the very best. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.